This video has been created on popular demand. Numerous requests have been received from my students, from my viewers, through their comments in the comment box, through email, through WhatsApp, for a video on how to master a huge quantum of material within a limited time frame and master it effectively at that. I would like to give a shout out to Krishna8467, whose comment in the comment box of one of my recent videos, the comment was made 3 days back, whose comment in the comment box of one of my recent videos is the immediate trigger for creating this video. The first step towards gaining a complete mastery of the target material is carrying out an overall assessment of the same. Look through the syllabus. Familiarize yourself with it. My father used to say, you must first master the syllabus. Only then can you master the portions. Unquote. Become closely familiar with the syllabus. How is it organized? How many modules are there? Look through it. You must have a clear picture of the syllabus and the way in which it is organized, the scheme behind the organization of the syllabus. And that is the starting point of the process that will lead to your mastery of the syllabus, of the target material. The next step is to identify the time frame available. When is your examination scheduled? Is it 1 year away? 6 months away? 2 months away? Only 1 month away? Carry out a detailed analysis of this time frame. How many days can you actually spare for your effort? How many hours per day? 18 hours? 8 hours? 4 hours? 2 hours? This is a very important step. Step 3. Evaluate past question papers. Collect the question papers of the past, at least of the last 5 years, and try to find out what they say. They say history repeats itself. Historians repeat one another. I would like to add something to this. Question paper setters also repeat one another. By carrying out a detailed evaluation of the past question papers, you can find out the favorite areas of the setters. Even more importantly, you can find out what kind of answers you have to write. This is very basic. Have you to write long essays? Have you to write short essays? Have you to write 2-sentence answers? Your entire preparation has to be focused on the nature of the answers you have to write and the areas which are the favorite areas of the question paper setters. An analysis and evaluation of past question papers will give you an idea of the relative importance of the various areas in your syllabus. Step number 4. Decide the relative importance of each area of the syllabus. I have already said that you must use the past question papers to find out the relative importance of each area of the syllabus. You can also make use of the question bank in order to identify the relative importance of each area of the syllabus. The time that is allocated to each area is dependent on its importance. The more important areas should be allotted more time. The less important areas should be allotted less time. You can also look at the weightage in the syllabus in order to identify the relative importance of each area of the syllabus. This is a very important step because you cannot give the same importance, the same time, the same effort to all areas in the syllabus. Those areas which are more fertile as far as the production of questions in the question paper is concerned should be given more importance, more time, more attention, more effort. We now come to point number 5. Adopt the appropriate methodology. Taking all the points discussed earlier, you have to craft for yourself the methodology which is perfectly right for you. The methodology that you frame makes or mars your preparation. You have to take into account the quantum of the target material, the time frame available, the nature of the question papers, and the relative importance of each area of the target material, and frame the methodology which is perfectly suited to the needs of the occasion. The basic technique is spaced repetition. Keep on repeating and ensure that there is space between each process of repetition and the next. Don't hesitate to take breaks. If your study session is too long, it can happen that your efficiency level drops. Take breaks. Go for a walk. Jump for some time. Carry out exercises, physical exercises. Do anything you want, but ensure that the break is not too long, that the break does not break your study session. The break can be 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but not longer than that. This is perhaps the opportune point to speak about your body. Your body is very important. Your body is the foundation on which all your achievements will be built. If the foundation is shaky, the superstructure will be weak. Take good care of your body. There are 2 aspects that have to be considered: diet and exercise. Integrate these aspects in your study schedule. Take care to eat only that diet which is good for your body, not that diet which you like. Merge into your schedule exercise, jogging, yoga, things that keep your body fit. Only a fit body can support your intellectual achievements. Adopt a holistic approach. Understand that every part of your syllabus is related to every other part. It is easier to master the syllabus if you understand that the various parts of the syllabus are closely interconnected, and if you adopt a holistic approach. Work from the examination point of view. Don't spend too much time on a particular area because you are interested in that area. And don't neglect an area because you are not so much interested in that area. You should be interested in every area which is important from the examination point of view. The approach of the generalist is better than the approach of the specialist. You are not doing doctoral research in any particular area. You are trying to master a syllabus. What is required is not in depth knowledge of a particular area, but an overall mastery of the entire syllabus. Point number 6. Find in your notes the master key. Your notes are your master key, using which you unlock the door to success. The importance of your notes cannot be exaggerated because ultimately it will be largely your notes which you reproduce on your answer paper. If your notes are good, your answers will be good. So you should have excellent notes. Ideally, you should prepare your notes yourself. When I was a student, I used to prepare my own notes. And I'm sure that I got the benefit of that. But preparing your own notes can be a very time consuming process. So if you cannot prepare your own notes, if you don't have the time to prepare your own notes, you have to obtain excellent notes for yourself. The notes have to be such that you are comfortable with them. If you don't have a son, you adopt a child, you adopt a boy, and ultimately the child, the boy, becomes your own son. You have to take a special effort to familiarize yourself with the notes you have obtained, to ensure that the notes become part of your intellectual system, that they become part of yourself, that they become as good as your own notes, the notes you would have prepared had you not obtained them. We now come to the seventh step: get a mentor. You have decided to undertake a journey, long and arduous. Not just long and arduous, but also lonely. It's a journey through an unfamiliar land. At some point or the other, you are bound to encounter obstacles. At some point or the other, you are bound to make mistakes. At some point or the other, you are bound to feel disheartened. It would help immeasurably if you had another traveler with you, a traveler who has already undertaken the journey, who knows the land as closely as the palm of his own hand. He should correct you when you make mistakes. He should inspire you when you feel disheartened. He should offer solace to you when you feel hurt. Don't you remember that when you were a child and had just begun to walk, your mother used to hold your hand? This is what your mentor should do for you. The most important ingredient in the relationship between mentor and mentee is trust. Trust which is absolute, unquestioning, and unconditional. Point number 8. Become a monomaniac. In psychiatry, monomania is a mental condition which, at least according to some practitioners, requires treatment. I don't use the term here in that sense. I use the term in a rather general manner to mean, I use the term monomania here to mean unlimited enthusiasm for one thing and a lack of interest in almost everything else. And the one thing here is mastering your syllabus within the given time. I know that what I say can become controversial, but I mean what I say. And I say it with all the emphasis at my command. I have always been a monomaniac, and whatever I've achieved in my life, modest though my achievements be, have been the result of my monomania. There is no substitute for workaholism. If you want to achieve your goal, you cannot but be workaholic. I know that this sounds very unfashionable these days because we often hear nowadays of the concept of work life balance. I have never understood it. Your work is very much part of your life. When you say work life balance, it is as if your work is something outside the ambit of your life. Your work is your life. My work is my life. Certainly, most certainly. Your work should occupy a central space in your life. I hold that if you don't like your work and you do it just for its rewards, you better not do it at all. Your work should be your commitment, your passion. Your work should be your life. If your work is not your life, what should be your life? I don't know. Sometimes we come across candidates who claim that they cleared the civil service examination in the first attempt after putting in just 1 hour's work every day. Either they are remarkable geniuses or they are bluffing. I think the second explanation is the more likely explanation. Believe me, there is no substitute for not work, not hard work, but workaholism. I repeat, there is no substitute for workaholism. When you're about to do something, ask yourself whether that something would further your ambition of mastering the given syllabus in the given time frame. If the answer is yes, do it by all means. If not, refuse to do it. It is as simple as that. Point number 9, avoid distractions completely. This is an amplification on the previous point, become a monomaniac. Avoid distractions completely. What is a distraction? Anything that fails to further your ambition to master the syllabus, the given syllabus in the given time span is a distraction. Watching an IPL match, watching a movie, having a long late night conversation with a friend, going for a picnic with your friends. Before you carry out each of these or any of these or anything similar to these, ask yourself, is it a distraction or not? And if it is a distraction, ruthlessly put an end to it. Usually, it's not the most intelligent student who gets the first rank, it's the most disciplined worker who gets the first rank. The, the most intelligent student gets the first rank if he is a disciplined worker as well. Remember, all of us have talent, or almost all of us have talent, but very few of us have discipline. May I advise you to withdraw completely from all areas of social media except those areas which facilitate your preparation. Point number 10, establish a routine. Routine is a powerful device to optimize your performance. Routine means you have a schedule and you follow it strictly. You get up at the same time every day. You go to bed at the same time every day. You have breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffee, all at the same time every day. And of course, your study sessions have the same timings. Aristotle said, excellence is a habit. When you repeat something over and over again at the same time, it propels your performance to, to great heights, to greater heights. In fact, I've created a video solely on this, how to harness the power of R in order to optimize your performance. And I shall give the link to that video in the description box so that you can look it up. The issue is not whether you should study at night or during the day, but that you should study at the same time every day. Your routine makes your preparation your habitual action, makes your work your habitual action. It weakens and ultimately extinguishes the resistance to work. You study because that is your habit. You study because you can't help it. It is habitual action which you do without much of a conscious effort, which you do because you can't but do it. Point number 11, check your progress periodically. It is not enough that you achieve. You must measure your achievement. And more importantly, you must measure what you have not achieved. You must measure what you have achieved and also what you have not achieved, what is there yet to achieve. The only way is to check your progress periodically. It is rather easy to write an essay in your mind, but not so easy to write the same essay on paper. It is only when you write something down that you realize whether you have mastered it or not and how far you have actually mastered it. The testing and evaluation must be focused on the examination you are going to take. It should be very much in sync with that examination and prepare you for facing that examination. Point number 12, maintain high motivation levels constantly. First of all, you must love your subject. I fell in love with my discipline as a child, and it is this romance that has brought me thus far. Ideally, you should choose the subject you are in love with. If that is not the case, you have to fall in love with the subject you have chosen. If you love your subject, if you love your discipline, preparation will be nothing but fun. A marathon study session of, say, 6 hours can be demotivating towards the end, towards the fag end of the session. So give yourself breaks. 10-minute breaks, 20-minute breaks will be more than enough. And during these breaks, you must do things which can lift your motivation levels. Go for a walk, jog, jump. Anybody can jump. Just daydream. A change is essential, and this break provides the necessary change. If you feel good, you feel motivated. There are a number of small things which you can do in order to feel good. Yoga is one such thing. Exercise is another. You can integrate yoga or exercise into your daily schedule and make yourself feel good and consequently motivated. Personally, I find a cold bath very freshening and motivating. In fact, I've created a video on this, how to feel good, and I shall be giving the link to the video in the description box. Avoid demotivating contacts. I would even go a step further and say that you should avoid all those people who do not contribute in a positive manner towards your preparation. This world is full of aimless guys. You don't want to be one of them. Most people don't have specific goals. They are in search of fun. That's fine, let them have fun. For you, your work is fun. I can state with all the emphasis at my command that in my life, all along, right from the time I was a student, my greatest fun was my work. There is no greater fun for me than the work that I do. I think I have given you a baker's dozen. Point number 13. Seek divine blessing. Even if you are a rationalist, you have to concede that the world is not under your control. There are forces in this universe which are beyond us, not merely beyond us, but also beyond our comprehension. The nature of these forces, the identity of these forces is the subject matter of much debate and discussion. And it depends on which viewpoint you take in order to establish their nature, their identity. It always helps to start your day by seeking divine blessing. It always helps to end your day by seeking divine blessing. May I end this discussion with an ancient Sanskrit prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.